It's a good morning, by the way, from AFarmersMedia. We welcome you to Weekend Review. Make sure you tuned in as we are going to give you updates on the way agriculture has been going on the past 1 week. So we are so glad that you have tuned in AFarmersMedia. Here we are so live and we're going to give you updates just around the agricultural sector. I'm Dana Mdega and I'll be taking through.
James Mirara.
James Mirara will be by here, so that we'll be making sure that you get all the updates around the agricultural sector, from the tea sector to maize to the prices of the commodities or the farm inputs, or rather the fertilizers to be specific, seedlings, those varieties, the ones that are good, that are grown in the various areas. So we'll be taking you through moja kwa moja. So tuanze na the things that have happened currently. Yes, everyone that is talking about the current prices.
Yeah,
mbolea.
I think it's a major thing that is affecting the world, the whole world. Not focusing on Kenya or maybe Africa. It's something that imekuwapo. Na kusudi kubwa langu kujali ni kwa sababu wakulima wengi wapatikana dunia mzima.
Yes.
You see, now keeping that in mind, mind you, the fight between Russia and Ukraine, it have made thing a bit harder for the farmers, basically. Yes. to access those stuff. And my hope and I wish the crisis between or the fight between Russia and Ukraine may come to an end.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very great. So
yeah, also in Kenya we have a heaten up agenda of politics and stuff, and maybe at some point the government is forgetting maybe the farmer needs ABCD, so they are focusing majorly on politics. Wanasahau ukulima haisimami. Okay. It's continuing. It's day in day out activity that requires full time energy and a lot of resources for farmer to attain a production of produce that are daily needed in the market.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you think the prices of food will go down, or someday the members of parliament will regulate just to make sure that in future, because right now it's almost that the bunge will be closing very soon.
Sure.
So that those people who are going to buy will continue buying for the next election, general election, which is in about 3 months to come. It's in August, right?
Yeah.
So in the next 3 months, maybe we'll be having the general election. Then after that, do you think maybe those people who will be elected to parliament, will they be able to regulate at least the prices of food so that we don't experience what we are experiencing right now?
I'd answer that starting by the last question you've asked. If the ones that we've elected will finally fight or will regulate the prices of farm inputs or anything that revolves about farming and farmers, I just think we need to know from them, because if you ask someone and he doesn't really knows what the farmers go through, definitely that, according to my opinion, he doesn't really need to be on that part of vine.
Okay, that's so good.
The second one, I don't think the food prices will go down by looking on the things that are around. If you check now the commodities that we have, basic commodities that the farmers or the normal common mwananchi are buying, they are really hiking up each and every day.
Yes.
So we need to ask ourselves, what's that one thing that we'll do to make everything go down or subsidize to a price that it will favor each and every farmer. Not farmer, but each and every individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Maybe someday prices of food will go down and we'll be able to enjoy the commodities, not just because because those are basic needs, by the way. So things like let's say food, those are basic needs. And then things like let's say clothing, those are basic needs, but they're so expensive. talking about clothing,
Mhm.
it's just there's a research that has just come out that those people are dealing with the plus size clothing
Mhm.
are really getting a lot of profits
Mhm.
than those people who are, let's say, just like now my size, let's just say 1 GB people compared to those big
1 GB.
sizes. Do you think this research is really true?
I read something that if I go buying something, I should ask for a bigger size.
Yes.
And then go find a tailor and resize it to my size, because if I want to buy maybe a shirt or a t-shirt
Yes.
for my size, it's very expensive, but oversize it's a bit cheaper. So we go back to the farmer who is growing cotton. We need to know what's not what are they not doing right, so that in our industry we are lacking that cotton, the basic thing of cotton. So because if you check sometimes back, the government banned the second hand clothes,
Yes.
mitumbas.
Yes. Yeah.
Na nakwambia in Africa we were the highest importers.
Beneficiaries.
Yeah, importers.
Yeah.
Tunatafuta, wewe umenunua nguo ngapi za nini?
Actually,
Yeah.
those they are just okay to me. I always think that the prices do not match the whatever my eyes are looking at.
Yeah.
Like the prices is so high, and my eyes are not happy with what they are saying. So
And
I'll
also
rather
there
go
is
to
there is
Mtumba.
that what people tend to think. If you buy new clothes, they will tear or tear fast.
Yes,
You
I
see?
think it is just something. It is, by the way, I think
It's-
sometimes
it's
it's
a
true,
bit
sometimes-
true,
Yeah.
but if you check, let's assume it's this jacket I'm buying. It's a new jacket. It's in Mtumba, by the way. If I go buying something that's new, it will take me like 2 to 3 months or 4 months. But if it's a Mtumba thing, I'll tell you, even 7 years it will kick in. Mtoto wangu atakuja na ivae.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's something we need to check, and then also help those farmers in our country who are growing cotton, because the industry it's reviving itself. Utapata viwanda vya cotton vya pamba, sorry, si cotton ni pamba, yeah. Viwanda vya pamba vinakuwa revived, so tuweze kusaidia wakulima ambao wanapanda pamba, to grow more and more, and also educate them and help them grow in an industry where their cotton, it's the linen that's needed, the white cotton, or it gets to the standards that are required.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this one that the coffee earnings rise. That despite the shortage, I think it has rose. Like
It has risen.
yes, very good.
Yeah.
The prices are.
I think by CS Munya, what he did, he placed measures that all beneficiaries. I think it's not only coffee, but it's also tea.
Yes.
Tea and coffee prices are getting to a notch where farmers can say it's a bit better. You see, now if I'm growing coffee and the agenda is my coffee is benefiting someone else, so definitely I won't be happy. I will start looking people and be mad. And also what I'm placing on my farm, maybe pesticide and stuff. Most of people from central or where the coffee is grown, you would find most of them had already given up, and they had started cutting their trees down and starting practicing any other farming practice that is profitable to them.
Yes, and even it's less expensive.
It's less expensive.
Yes.
Compared to what they are getting back. Maybe Mkebe nini, it was going for like 20 to 30 something. You see, Kitambo, I think going by the history, most kids 80s 70s, most of them went to school by which was paid school fees by the coffee and tea, and they were managing. But now you cannot depend on that coffee to take your kid or your children to school, paying by the coffee you're plucking and drying them, taking to the millers or to the factories, and expecting them to pay you to the standard that you can pay to your fees and your dues, rent and stuff, with the same price.
Okay.
It's not possible.
Yes.
So I'm happy by what the industry is doing. It's giving hope to the farmer that this price one day it will get back or even more higher to whatever you desire or you wish. Yeah, I'm really happy by the agriculture sector on that part of coffee and tea prices, which are getting to be appreciated by the farmer.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you think the farmers are benefiting? Or this is, when it comes to maybe nationally, we are saying, okay, the coffee and tea, it has really risen. The prices are good, but is this the price that it's already in the market?
Yeah.
People are consuming, or it goes down to the farmer?
You see, one thing we need to eliminate, it's the brokers. The middlemen.
Do you think we should really eliminate the brokers? Can you imagine,
We cannot
utoke shamba we mwenye upeleke market wakati
it's possible if the government can help intervene on the farmer and say this, we are buying this directly to the farmer, not with the middleman katikati. Because you cannot tell me if I'm selling you commodity A, yet my neighbor here is selling the same commodity at a higher price, and me, you expect me to sell at a lower price. The problem with the middlemen, it's only one. They can buy at a lower price from the farmer and then sell at a higher price to the industries. So it's the farmer who is not benefiting, and it's the farmer who is doing a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah? You see, kitambo kulikuwa na msemo pesa kwa wazee, kazi kwa vijana. I don't know if it still exists, but I tend to check it to look at it in a way. The middleman now, pesa kwa middleman, but kazi kwa farmer. It's not making sense to me, because these guys have not worked. They're only linking the farmer and the industry. Or the
what
farmer,
if they're not linking and you have your product? Do you think it is even worse?
It's
you have
worse.
products there, you have your coffee there, but there's no one who is going to link you to the market. Do you think that is even worse than even...
If now the industry is checking on the standard that it's required directly to the farmer, or sending their people to the farmer and telling them and educating them on how to grow the standardized or the crops that are on the standard level of which the industry will buy, definitely we can be able to sell directly to the industry or to the production point.
Yeah, but still, do you think elimination of them completely?
It's not possible.
It's not possible, right?
I can stand and say it's not possible, but I believe if we stand in and fight, not really physical fight, following the protocols and procedures that are kept henceforth, we can be able to fight, even to eradicate the cartels themselves, because before you find the middlemen, they are bigger cartels than middlemen.
Okay.
You see?
Yes,
Yeah.
I get your point.
Yeah.
So back to money things, ama money.
Pesa muhimu.
Pesa. US has just flagged Kenya because it has really it has eased those rules for money laundering activities. Yes. So
I think
you remember there was a time if you could deposit 1 million. The bank could have investigated the source of this money.
Yeah.
But later the president said, no, we should relax these rules because making sure that the money flow, it improves the economy. Okay, so US has just said it has flagged Kenya because it has relaxed the rules.
Yeah.
So do you think it is a better idea?
For international law, I think they have followed the right procedure. But I think we saw what happened, and they said they promised they will fight all the corrupt. But now I'm asking, if you know, because most of our politicians says they know the corrupt, why don't they bring them openly and say this is corrupt, he has done ABCD. We need to follow. We have our courts here.
Yes.
And I'm a believer, or I trust in them. They can do the perfect job. And I know one day, if we stop fearing ourselves, or we stop unbelieving ourselves, because we have so much fear. I think we fight so much on Twitter, but we forget we can fight with the law that I've kept. You see, you cannot fight online, and then you're not implementing it. The same thing, if we are banned, it have its advantages and disadvantages also. So you might not see it as a bigger thing, but it might affect you. It might affect you, and it affects the entire country, just because of a few individuals.
So do you think, now we are talking about money, and when we talk about money is tied with so much. Money is tied with corruption, money is tied with evil, money is tied with so many things. Money is tied again to the farmers. Back in the days when you could have gone to a bank and then banked 1 million, and then you could have been investigated. Were there like anything that was, now that they relaxed those rules? Anything
you see,
that you feel
what they used to do is to freeze your accounts. But freezing your account, I've never seen someone whose account was frozen and the measure taken forward, because my account has been frozen. What next?
You cannot access this money.
I cannot access this money.
Yes.
But I'm living and working each and every day.
Like, okay, no measures has been taken against you, right?
Yeah, but kila siku natembea na kula na unaniona nikinunua kitu fulani. You see, I can have, you see, kuna sitaki kuguzia sana hii, but ilikuwa in Pandora's. The case came to a close venye sikujua. Ama vile Wakenya wengi hawakujua. But Diana, nimetumia pesa leo. Kesho government imesema imefreeze bank yangu ama account zangu. What measures after that are being taken? After wamejua niko corrupt. You see, corruption tunachukulia kama a simple thing, but this is a giant evil thing.
That affects everyone.
Saizi in American, it have not stated, or the American have not stated an individual. It have said Kenyans.
They have actually flagged the country.
The country.
Yes.
The country means it's you.
Yes. Like,
but do you have
Kenyan,
do you have those money?
I don't.
So you see, that's why I'm telling you, it's affecting every Kenyan for a mistake that is not theirs. It's individuals. For these individuals to be called culprits, they need to be taken to court. You see? So nikichukuliwa hatua, and then the others will see, and they will learn from that. You see, we glorify corruption in a way that mtoto wangu or my grandson or wenye watakuja, they will learn from what I did. Corruption doesn't mean, corruption inaanzia na wewe. You see, leo takupea hongo ya 50 vile tunapatiaga traffic and we leave. Yeah? Tomorrow I'm with my son in the car, he sees that, tomorrow he does the same. Anaweza tu hata ni arrestiwe akisema mzae bana leo ni kama anacheza.
But even corruption doesn't start there. Actually, I think corruption this back a long way back. Suppose okay, the kid let's say the school setup. I'm the school head teacher. I'm the school head teacher, and then I say this when you're a parent, you know this, like we are going to have an exam, and parents are supposed to pay 200 shillings. So when I am the head teacher, I'm saying 200 shillings. The teachers who are going to out there to the class, they are going to say, you are going to remove 300 shillings. My kid is coming to tell me, Mom, wamesema tutoe ngapi? 400. I'll tell my husband, mtoto anataka 1K.
Yeah.
Yes. So you see that chain how it's going.
Mingi.
Yes.
1K. Mimi kwa ngoja uniambie. So hata mimi naitisha kwa K nichunguze sana.
Yeah, so it dates back and looking at it at the farmer's way, like if at all anything about money or stock exchange is after it has been flagged, then a farmer is also going to suffer because farmers, especially that one for tea, coffee, or any product that we are exporting. Yeah. You see, it will have a problem when they're exporting, and then other countries know that this country was flagged. So it's a bit tricky. Now, before we go for a break, there's this one for Keroche Bioris. Yeah. She has just said if the president does not intervene, she will lay down around 250 workers. Yeah. Because of that row between KRA and her company. Because they are not selling, I think there's around over 500 and something. Yeah. That is supposed to be the amount of money, million that she's supposed to make. Within this period that they have been having a row. Yeah. So she's about to to lay off some workers so that she can continue just operating. But look at it this way. As she will be, okay, if her business is affected, look at the farmer. Look at the farmer this way, because look at the farmer in such an angle that the raw materials.
The barleys and stuff, they come from the farmer. Yes. So you see, even before going to the farmer, she's laying out a huge number that they are depending on the company itself. And this company, it's depending to the farmer. And these farmers are depending to the producers of it's a big circle that maybe our beloved president need to intervene as fast as possible, because this not only affect the company and the employee, it affects the entire industry. Because starting the chain from the manufacturers of these barley seeds, coming down now to the farmer, now from the farmer now to Keroche now to the consumers. You see, it's not basically about checking on the profit. It's checking on the farmer and the government itself, because the government also benefits from there if she's paying the taxes
and the taxes what she's been accused of not paying.
You see, we have that mentality of dodging out things. You might have paid yours, but there are people there I know, or maybe I assume they have not ever paid, and their business are in existence. So we should ask ourselves what's not going right inside the KRA, because if me, person A, am paying and person B is not paying, I'll also look on a way to evade the taxes, because I cannot be paying year in year out and you're not paying.
But we cannot be working like that. Because I'm not okay. Let's say here we are at work right here at AFarmersMedia. We are working right now. So kuja hapo kwa desk mimi nasikiliza music. So wewe pia utaenda usikilize music kwa desk yako.
You see, mimi nakwambia work.
Wewe unajua mimi niko connected na nani? You see, this is not the situation like wewe unakuja unaniona mimi nasikiliza music, but wewe unasema si huyo pia afanyi kazi. Okay, mimi nasifanyi kazi, so paying tax, I think also it's just a personal responsibility.
The reason why you're listening to music is maybe you're listening that music to motivate you.
So I think her on a case, as much as the people will be so much affected with the unemployment, already the unemployment is so high, and then just laying off 250 is a good number.
You see, that number maybe it's helping in production of a certain amount of the liquor or the alcohol.
Yes.
Now, when these people are cut down or are
just laid off immediately, production will reduce.
Production will go down.
Yes.
And this production means now whatever they were getting from the farmer, it's not the same amount they will buy for the next after they have laid off the farmers.
Yeah, I think that's why we say that this is a chain. That it's a chain that ties all of us.
Yeah.
Because the moment those workers are laid, the production is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Production means that it will reduce, and even the consumers, the consumers will be at they will get reduction. Like it just affects everyone.
See, even the consumers. Now that's where we call. You see,
and the consumer is very important because
consumers are very funny because you'll find if they lack, they will start. You see, the ones that are not certified with KEBS, they will start creating, making their own liquors.
Yes, yes.
And those liquors are not.
They're not standardized.
They're not standardized, and that's why you hear sometimes the liquor
Yeah, so we are heading back there because
we are lucky.
There is no production in in the standard alcohol.
Yeah.
So standard whatever, there is no constant production because of roads and all that.
Yeah.
And then we are going back to those people who are going now back to the dens to drink the ones that can make them blind or can make them dysfunction for the whole body. So it comes back to, are we doing the right things when it comes to making sure that we pay the tax? Do you personally pay the tax?
I do.
Have you filed the returns?
I did.
Yeah.
I always do before April. That's if you forget after April, now that's almost a fine because you'll be busy going to holiday or doing your work or something, and then you forget. Also, I'd urge. Not urging, I would try to suggest maybe checking on the government by looking on that Keroche stories or the story itself. I'd say it's a bigger thing that will affect the entire country because not the entire farmers.
Yes.
Or basically the industry itself. Disruption of processing and stuff. You see, tusiangalie tu tuone ati it's because of KRA and tax and whatever.
Because everyone is affected.
Yeah, I've told you it's a bigger
it's a chain that ties us together. Yeah. No one is escaping.
And we don't want our people dying because they have taken
something that they have just drank behind the If you knew the process that those things are made, then you'll never even have a taste.
I saw one inapikwa kwa mtoni and then sijui inapelekwa wapi kwa mlima.
You see those things, like the women underpants, and then
they do put those things.
The women underpants they are put in there.
For and what? Also,
what I think for customer attraction. And also, let me just disgust you, kabisa. Those one, you see the monthly periods, the pads, they are dropped in there.
And people drink.
Yes, people drink. Yes, so it is that bad. So every time you think about going there, just know it is dirty. Super dirty. Imagine those blood, the pants, the bras. I've seen many times police retrieving those commodities.
That's why those liquors are, some of them are very cheap. Because I've found someone asking me for 20 bob.
Yes, and you will drink and you will not even be able to walk. You don't know the contents. The content is worse than you can even think about. So we'll be going for a short break. When we come back, we'll be looking at the government has committed to ease the transportation of fish from Lake Victoria to DRC. We'll be looking for that and more. So keep tuning in here at AFarmers Media. I'm Diana Mdega.
James Mirara.
We'll be back.
Amaranthus, or locally known as terere, is a highly nutritious vegetable that is cultivated and consumed as a leafy vegetable in many parts of the world. It's easy to grow, matures fast, as it takes an incredible shorter period than most traditional crops. There are many species of Amaranthus, with some green and others red in color. When growing Amaranthus, ensure the soil is well drained and rich in phosphorus, and most importantly, ensure the seeds are well distributed to achieve an even spread when establishing a green Amaranthus field. Amaranthus is especially loved for its tender leaves and for their healthy dose of ions, vitamins, and a range of minerals. Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there's at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions. Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the AFarmersMedia, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Agrovet shops are important outlets where farmers can easily get seeds, pesticides and other farm inputs that are vital for successful crop and animal production.
Agrovets are very key to society because you find that the agrovet attendant is the closest person, is the closest expert that you have who can advise you on the product that you can use on what crop.
Agro dealers and their agents assist farmers in providing quality inputs. Here are some of the guidelines that appropriators should look out for before starting an agrovet business. Choose a location that is suitable and does not pose any undue risk to people and the environment.
When we are licensing the agrovets, we look at the physical structure of the facility, whereby the facility should be well ventilated, it should have enough space, should have shelves.
Business location is an essential factor to excel in agrovet business. Agrovets thrive well near agricultural farms. You need to consider the competition in the area. An appropriate agrovet shop has several qualities including accessibility to customers, security, adequate storage space, ventilation, adequate water supply. When starting your agrovet business, it is important to ensure you have a neat display that communicates reliability and credibility. Ensure you can distinguish between genuine suppliers, seeking out accredited dealers to avoid buying counterfeit goods. Obtain a license from the requisite regulators such as the Pest Controls Board and display it prominently on the premises. To kick off a successful agrovet business, you will need to meet all the legal requirements.
If you want to get into this business of operating an agrovet, the first thing that you should do is to get into our website, whereby you can get a form, an application that is a premises licensing form, whereby you can fill the form, or you can visit either of our region offices in Nairobi, Nakuru, Kisumu, Mombasa, and Embu. Then you are required to attach your academic certificate, and you also attach, for you to be a licensed agrovet, you must have a license from the county government.
You will need a county business permit. This is the common permit that is needed for all businesses. If you intend to stock seeds, you will require licensing from the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, KEFIS.
KEFIS has come up with different measures to ensure that the produce that is placed in the market and also exported is meeting market requirement and also food safety standards. We analyze agrochemicals, that's now the pesticide formulations, to ensure that what's again being formulated and also sold in the Kenya market also meets the said specifications.
You will also need to commit yourself to not sell counterfeits by signing the Code of Conduct on Pesticide Management through accreditation by the Agrochemicals Association of Kenya. Here, members follow the Code of Conduct on Pesticide Management, which the industry uses for self-regulation. Through the code, AAK encourages the best practices for agro dealers, including responsible pesticide use and ethical business practice. Pesticides may pose risks to humans and the environment from manufacture to usage. One source of risk is during storage and handling at the point of supply to users. The pesticide should be stored under suitable conditions to maintain its physical and chemical properties until the end user receives it. Spillage could occur directly on persons handling them, contamination of food, or leakage into the environment during the various stages of transportation, loading, unloading, and storage. As appropriator, you should prioritize the safety of your products. One way of doing this is through proper placement. Pesticides should not be placed directly on the ground or on areas prone to flooding. Floor spaces should be uncluttered in a way that permits easy inspection and to allow free flow of air. This also enables immediate cleanup in the events of any leakage or spills, which will be easily visible. Containers should be well arranged to minimize unnecessary handling and to avoid mechanical damage. As a general principle, systems of storage should be flexible and adaptable.
We have a curriculum that we train our farmers with, and it starts with encouraging them to adopt integrated pest management, which is basically giving them options that they can use apart from pesticides. Once they understand this, they are able to responsibly use the pesticides, because they understand that they do not need to always resort to pesticides whenever they have an infestation on their farm.
Remember, proper usage of pesticides increases yields and market access for your produce. Food safety is everyone's responsibility, starting with the farmer. Dawa bora, mazao bora.
Welcome back to Week in Review. This is Diana Mdega and I am with
James Mirara.
And of course, this is Week in Review, and you're just updating you on the things that you probably missed during the week on agriculture and even about business, because business and agriculture are a bit trained up. So we are updating you on the things that actually you might have missed, or we are just making sure that you get to know, you get to be up to date with the current news in agriculture. So we have talked about the increase in production of tea and coffee, and it has really increased, and which is the good for the farmer. We have talked about the Keroche breweries that they are laying off, and it's really affecting back to the it's really coming back to the farmer, and also the issue of Kenya being flagged because of being relaxed. They have relaxed those rules that are supposed to be mandating the money laundering activity. So everything is here at AFarmersMedia. You can join this conversation. You can talk to us through our Facebook page there at African Farmers Club. You can inbox us, or you can also talk to us one-on-one through 0700 293031. 0700 293031 is the number that you can talk to us directly. If you have any opinions, if you have anything to talk to us, just make sure you dial that number and we'll be right back to you, and make sure that you talk to us. So this is a very good weekend, and we are going back to the topic of the Week in Review. So what is it there that you have that today you want to update our listeners, our viewers, I mean?
It's about the good news from Lake Turkana.
Yes.
The government committed to ease transportation of fish from Lake Turkana. I heard it's not Lake Turkana, it's Lake Takana to DRC.
No. Now you guys are making it sound more westernized, like Takana. You know, these
Lake
people
Takana.
do not. Lake Takana,
so
no.
I'm happy because it's one of the route we used when we were heading to Marsabit.
Did you pass Turkana?
Yeah, we actually, I'll show you some.
I saw the footage. I saw the photos. All
so
that.
it's one of the lake that it's salty. It's might I don't know. I don't want to get into those conversations.
Finer details,
but Lake Turkana, it's one of the lake found in northern Kenya, and it holds a lot of fish. And by this, I know, or I hope it's something that it will be profitable, both from that will benefit the government and also the community around the Turkana area.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't think.
Remember there was a time oil
from Turkana. They
found, and we were really hopeful.
The Ngamia 1,
the
Ngamia 1 and the Ngamia 2. Do they still do the oil, drill the oil, or what happened?
Of course, but now those areas, I think maybe you should just tell us when you when you guys were passing through there.
Once we are back
just,
there, we'll give you a highlight.
Not even a highlight. There are these stories
feature.
that Actually, the feature is live actually on YouTube and
Yeah.
also in our Facebook.
Yeah, they should,
AFarmers,
you should go and watch.
You should
It's
go and watch
very
that
interesting
feature.
and
It's
touchy.
very interesting and very touching. And
Yeah.
if you have anything to donate to Marsabit, make sure you get in touch with us. As a farmer, you have the surplus food. Make sure you get in touch with us so that we feed the population back in Marsabit that really have not seen a drop of rain for such a long time. So if you're watching and you have anything that you can help in terms of food, make sure you get in touch with AFarmersMedia, and we'll be ready and willing to come to your place, collect the bags, and then we'll be taking the food there in a few weeks' time.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know, is it true that bandits are a lot in that route along?
You see, it's a place of community where they believe in livestock farming.
Yes.
Or I'd say the pastoralists. They are from that side, the northern part. They are so once a place. I think pastoralists they don't basically stay in one place. So they move from one place to another. So once the greener pastures are over, or the sun has scorched this place, and the grass it's been eaten all by the goats,
Yes.
sheep,
And
the
the only
camel
shrubs.
and the cattle. So they move on. But while on transit, the bandits may come and steal their cows or their sheep, and these people treasure so much their cow.
The livestock
Yeah,
they
the
have.
livestock
Yeah.
they have. So these people, they are found there, and I don't know where they get their guns. Because
You see,
I
having to neighbor another country, I think that's one of the major problems. That maybe the other country has no really great restriction when it comes to handling of firearms.
also I tend
So
to-
bordering
to-
another country can be the reason why those people
a big
actually have.
a big question is our CS, our internal CS, Mr. Matiangi. There is a time he said all those firearms will be collected from individuals who don't have permits. You see, and my question is why is it taking too long? Because
It's not even taking too long.
Yeah.
Those people, they might have collected. Actually, they have collected the first
Some.
round, but now, okay, some maybe and some have surrendered.
Yeah.
But these people look at such communities. Even if I'm a police officer, I'm deployed there. Probability of taking care of these people. In fact, not many people want to go there. Not so many police officers will love to work there unless now they have been just told you have to work.
See,
Actually,
while
I
we
think
were
it's
coming
a
back-
rule.
while
It's
we
a
were
rule
co-
that you have to work in such area.
Hey, while we were coming back, our driver, Mr. Noah, I think we saw a route from Baragoi, and the story of Baragoi came clicked in our mind.
The
We were
killings.
like, hey, will we pass here? No. Even if we find a longer way, we
Let's do
we better go that route, because
Uh-huh.
you see, once a story is told, let's not focus on the negative but also in the positive, because we've known the northern part to be like the bandits, the fights between the communities and stuff, but you'll find there are also good people in those places.
Actually, there are those people who have a very big heart back there.
Yeah.
I've been to Moyale.
Yeah.
I've been to Marsabit. I've been to part of northern Kenya, and those people really have a good heart.
So much.
And then
So-
there
so-
are
so-
source of
so-
entertainment.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you might be, to us it might be a formidable thing,
Yeah.
but to them it's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, those people do not just kill anyone.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's true.
they do not just kill anyone. The first time I was going there, I was asking someone like, will we be safe? Kaniambia, you guys are not from that community. Hakuna kitu itawafanyikia.
Yeah.
So they know what they do.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the government is just okay with what they do.
Maybe,
Their source of entertainment, like maybe killing is a source of entertainment.
Hey, killing. You enjoy,
Okay.
you get pleasure while killing someone.
Okay.
To me, that's hey, no.
I'm not saying that they're
Yeah.
killing,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
maybe
sure.
killing. Okay, there's that one who said that like fighting. Fighting is a source of entertainment, and when you fight, probability of you guys getting killed and being killed.
Actually,
is
there are
high.
some community who man-to-man fights. Now,
Yes.
it's not physical fight, but you you're caning each other,
Yeah.
and who wins gets the wife. I
Uh-huh.
think I would go for that. I would go for that.
No.
So okay, back to what brought us to this story.
Yes, back in week in review.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a government committing itself to ease transportation of fish from Lake Turkana to DRC Congo. But a week ago, like 2 weeks ago, there were some fish that were held in Uganda. I think 2 million or something.
2 million fish.
Yeah,
Ah.
because it was passing from Kenya through Uganda to DRC. But my question is, the government, how will government help the ease of now or curbing the
movement.
the movement, and also maintaining the help or the profit that people from Turkana who are fishermen from there will get what they deserve. Yeah, you see.
Yeah,
that's
the government
the only-
easing
the
the
only-
transport.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. So that those people actually, what are they called? Wale wavuvi, fishermen.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to be worried that okay, twende tuvue samaki mtoni.
Yeah.
Tena tukuje tuanze kutafuta means of transport zifike kwa
Yeah,
the other
the
countries.
logistic itself, I
I think
think
it's a
the
boost.
government holding the logistic, and also the Kenya revenue. Not forgetting the Kenya National Bureau of Standards, because these fish have to be standardized to be exported out there.
Okay, they have to
Yeah.
meet a certain standard.
Also, the members from the public health, they need to check on this, the health of these fish, or also the
So
health
the
profits.
government is trying just to come in to make sure that this process is easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Mind you, it's a big because they will sit down on the board of public health, Kenya Revenue, Kenya National Bureau of Standards, and then the county itself,
Yes.
the government county of Marsabit,
Yes.
not Marsabit, from Turkana. Yeah, I think by this, definitely, I'm hoping it will help fishermen and also the government and the entire country as Kenya, because hatutasema hii fish ni ya Turkana, tutasema hii fish ni ya Kenya. So mkulima mdogo ambaye anaeka akona pod, unakumbuka hizo, kuna time government used to fund the pod fish.
Yeah.
So hata huyo mkulima atakuwa motivated.
I don't know.
If actually there are those farmers who still do fish ponds,
A lot. Actually,
you see, they will be motivated.
back when I was in Western region, there was this woman I used to actually buy fish from.
Yeah.
And there was a time also I went to buy for, like, every time we could buy for this other woman, I could feel like the taste is very different.
Yeah.
So there was a time another guy now was saw me, now the one who is very experienced is
Yeah.
from the Lake region.
Yeah.
Then I told him every time I buy fish from this woman, I know it is fish,
But
but
tasty.
the taste is a bit different. Then he told me fish ya maji na fish ya fish pond ni
Yeah.
tofauti.
Yeah.
So I never realized, but yeah, now he directed me to a certain woman who just takes them directly from Lake Victoria.
So,
I tell you
yeah.
that it is very different, very different.
Yeah.
So, and even this one, the reason the one who is selling for the fish ponds, actually they are so big. She has a very good market.
Yeah.
Very good market. So I think the government should focus as much. They are helping the fish pond farmers, but why not do the same to those people? Because I didn't find the bigger fish
Yeah.
to the woman who was sourcing them directly from the lake.
Me from
I
where
didn't find
from where
the
I've
bigger
seen
ones,
from
like
where
the-
I've seen the fish pond, I think they were pilot project, but sikuiona fish ikitolewa kwa hiyo. kwa hiyo pond. So for those who are doing, because I believe there are people who are doing fish ponds, I think I hope by this information you'll be motivated and you won't give up, because once the government now intervene on your behalf, that fish from Kenya, not only from Turkana, because we have fish from Lake Victoria, we have fish from the lakes, like if you pass from Nairobi to Nakuru, utapata fish zinauzwa pale kwa njia along the way.
Yes, actually ukienda Kitale, all those.
Yeah, so those people, we include you all to this topic today, that be motivated. The government will be there to implement policies to ease your logistics, and also you'll be able to find a market that you can sell.
Tayari DRC iko hapo, so yes.
Hata zingine za nje, like we can also say siku moja hata sisi tuna import
that are landlocked. Those are, I think Uganda is a landlocked country, right?
Uganda is a landlocked.
So Uganda is a landlocked country, so it needs more surplus of fish.
Actually,
so if the government is willing,
lakini sawa wanasema wako na Victoria Migingo.
Hatu
wanakwambia Migingo, lakini sawa. So actually we can also import to Tanzania, East Africa, the entire East Africa, when we commit ourselves, and also learn, continue learning, usichoke, because kesho maybe you'll find a market, not a market, you'll find yourself fishing, maybe you've indulged yourself into fishing. Useme leo naenda Lake Turkana, I'll do fishing from there, na nina fish per day, niseme nikieka neti yangu ndatoa samaki 200, samaki yao 200 mtawapeleka wapi?
Yeah, so
you see, you getting a market ready.
By the government just because even fish, it's even a bit cheaper, because now that there's very increased farm inputs. I think people will be going for alternatives like fish ponds, like fish farming, where I just need water and I need fish food, of which I don't need to have 7 kg for
even kwa the local market. People nowadays are eating fish.
People are eating fish. It has really been something that people are just getting into. And when you do that, actually I used to see this woman selling. But they should not
say fish ni kukula upate akili.
Actually I grew up knowing that.
Yeah, that's
that when you eat, but research has it. Those people from the lake region are the most bright people.
But you see,
look at it.
I'm not against that.
It's true by some means. I think the proteins that are involved, it's all about the proteins, not even the beliefs, the contents of the fish.
So now tell us what's next.
The next is the government has actually has unveiled 30 million potato seedling production project in Nakuru. Yes, in Nakuru. I don't know why you guys like eating potato.
Sisi tutakula potato anytime, any day, any year.
Any day, any time is a potato time when it comes to Nakuru.
You eat chips, you eat crisps.
Like actually potato, it's wider than we think. Tukisikia hiyo tunaona maybe tu ni ile ya kutengenezea supu, but I think it's very wide because
you see potato, I think potatoes can be used in cooking a lot of foods. It can go well with a lot of, if ukichemsha kiazi ama viazi zako and then uweke hapo kando ya mboga, you see, like, but people tend to think potato is only used for chips. No, it's not used for chips.
But I always go for sweet potatoes because I like I like sweet potatoes.
They're sweet.
More.
I like sweet potatoes more. So you like sweet things.
So the government has just unveiled 30 million potato seedlings production project back that is in Nakuru. And I think it will be a very major boosted, and it is because just to curb hunger in the region. This is just to make sure that every farmer is around may be able to get that, and so that they can be able to do something in their farms. They can be able to make sure that they are well off when it comes to production of those seedlings. I mean, production of food. Potato. You have ever grown potato?
I think I've seen my parents farming.
How long do they take? Depending on the variety, right?
Yeah, depending on the variety, because there are some
but they take a very short period.
Yeah, 3 to 4 months.
3-4 months.
Yeah.
Around those are around 90 days.
Yeah.
90 days, you're good to go.
But if you're farming well.
Yes.
But it depends. You don't have to over apply
the in-farm input.
Yeah. Potato is a delicate, I'd say it's a delicate crop or kind of farming, because you'll find ukulima viazi unataka ujuzi, not ujuzi, sile ujuzi wa ndani, but ujuzi. You'll find a farmer trying to farm potatoes, anaungua mbaya sana, because kuna bright, there is
tukuna zile maugonjwa
kuna hizo ugonjwa
kama tomato blight.
So utapata if you're not okay on growing them, then na kama una ile knowledge ya what it's expected of this potato to grow, then definitely, and then you'll find Nakuru it have a conducive environment for potatoes, for
growing potatoes.
Yeah, because you'll find Nakuru County is big. You'll find people from kunaitwaje Njoro growing them. Actually, most of the market yenye natoka ni utapata Njoro na the surrounding from the town, the outskirt of the town. Ni wakulima wazuri sana wa viazi.
Okay.
So kwa market utapata lori hata zaidi ya 50 umeleta viazi. Na hizo viazi ukiangalia by saa 6 hakuna. Zimenunuliwa.
Actually, you will see back in my place, potato, thus they grow by themselves. Yes. We don't even plant, but we harvest them. When you just grow maize or when you till your land, actually potato. And once umepanda, I think there was a time tulipanda mara moja then. Now it keeps recurring. So tunajua baada ya 2 months tutakuwa tunachimba viazi, 2 months tutakuwa tunachimba viazi. Yeah, it's just something that it grows by itself. So back in my place, we have never really been much into potato farming. And those people have ventured into it. Actually, I've never seen one in my region growing potatoes in large scale.
You see, the problem is, it's not about growing them in large scale. It's I'd say, tuseme viazi ni cash crop. Ndaita tu cash crop. It's a major crop which it's used in Kenya. Because if you're cooking your chapati, a stew will have to have a major viazi nini. So it doesn't get the attention that it requires because farmers are still lacking the access of certified seed, and I'm happy because now
so it's about
it's because
the seeds.
It's about the seed, and that's why the government now have come up to release these seeds which are maybe are okay, not maybe, which are okay,
yes,
to be grown by the farmers. And the farmer should start now appreciating and taking initiative of planting certified seed that is clean, to stop multiplying of diseases also, and pest and on the fields. Because if I grow a variety that is infested, you see, and recropping it again, it's still infested with the previous disease and pests. You see, now I think by this we will have a seed that is stronger and able to withstand any disease maybe, and or pathogens,
yeah,
the pathogen that are accompanied by the seeds.
Yes.
So I think it's better that way, because now if you see sorry, if you see a farmer, now the government unveiling these seeds, you have seen the problem that the farmer is going through.
Yes, and also they are just trying to curb hunger, because this is something that you don't have to wait for 3-4 months.
Yeah, and also
you just have to be like 2 months, 3 months, 90 days.
That's why I've told you it's a cash crop that is day in, day out. It's needed, but it's a basic thing that in any household you will find 9 out of 10 are using potatoes.
By the way, nazionanga kwa market mingi ni vile tu mimi mwenyewe si
pade leo ukitoka hapa si unaenda kadate unakula chips. So you see
mimi niende date nikula chipo, kwani mimi ni nini?
Unakula ugali. Sisema pengine kuna nini zinaendelea, kwani wewe ni nani?
Okay, wewe ni ukinitishia chipo na chips na kuku, mimi nitakula tu hiyo chipo alafu nitishie ugali nimalizie na hiyo kuku.
And also on potatoes, previously we had like KFC. Juzu walisema because the reason why they are not buying the potatoes from Kenyan market, it's because one, it have not
the standardization mark
which it's needed. Now the government is coming to help maybe the potatoes which are poor quality or poor standard to be out, allow the farmers to plant the good quality, which maybe now the companies like KFC and others can buy from the farmers.
That's even better, because getting such a boost from the government, it means that we as farmers, now that we have gotten that boost, we can be willingly and even do more production now that the government has just boosted us. And in Kerio Valley, there's this Kerio Valley Development Authority, KVDA, has set aside 60 million to buy honey from the farmers, the crude honey. So the honey, those people doing honey farming will be boosted, because the government, that region, that board, Kerio Valley Development Authority, those are people from North Rift. The crude honey, hiyo yenye ijakuwa honey, I think they themselves will be the one doing the sifting and making sure that it's okay for the consumption of the people or back to the market store. But now the farmers have that trade market that they are going to sell them to the government come the time when it is ready. I don't know how long the honey takes.
You see, for Kerio, I think for the honey they don't do like the developed one. They do the log. Is it the log? The traditional.
Yes.
That's what they do. They do.
Ya kutumia ile log ya mti.
Yeah.
Actually quality yake iko fit.
Actually that's why you see most of the honey from Kerio Valley.
Hizo zenye zinauzwa kwa nini? We'll be soon heading that road to Eldoret, I think.
Actually hata Baringo, if you check Kerio Valley, Baringo, that honey, it's thick, sweet and very good, because it's traditionally produced, I think. I'd say that, because they call them log hive, which is the dominant bee hive in the area, because hata kama hauna hiyo hive and kuna hizo miti kwako, the bees will just come and habitate there.
I think the naturalness is the fact that the government has just put them with 60 million that they are willing to buy the crude honey. Then it's a very major boost to farmers. It just gives them a morale to work hard.
Not afraid working hard, but also modernizing production. Even modernizing the honey production, which will also help them come up with what government now wants, because there was this conversation of exporting honey, because honey from that place, I've told you, it's the grade A honey.
By the way, do you know that actually the bees produce the honey that is produced is actually what the bees eat? Because I saw another honey, it was bright yellow. Bright yellow. So I was asking my mom, kwa nini hii iko hivi? And then she told me kuna mti fulani, I have forgotten the name. but akaniambia sasa hizi ni zenye zimewekwa kwa hiyo mti zinakula maua ya yellow tu. Hiyo mti uko na maua ya yellow sana.
Yeah.
So she told me ikikula maua ya yellow,
hope hujatengenezwa hani kutoka kwa sukari nguru. You see?
molasses, what's a sukari nguru? I
Yeah.
was bought in a roadside.
Yeah.
Actually this guy tested iko hapa, but when I reached home it was molasses, pure molasses.
Yeah. So there is also, you see, if we encourage these people from Kerio, it's not only honey that we get. We also get the wax, the propolis,
Yes.
the royal jelly, the pollen, bee venom. You see, those are all products, the substance that or the products that we get from the honey, or from the small animal called the bee.
Yes.
Yeah, it produces a lot of stuff, because the wax, it's definitely used somewhere else. It can make the candle, the wax, what do we call them?
There's so much that we can get from honey.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so government boosting it just means that they've seen the potential that farmers can really progress when they are boosted.
I wish we'll get a honey expert soon, and they will explain.
They
better.
will go further into details.
Yeah.
And then farmers will receive 2,136 improved kienyeji chicken. That is
Awesome.
in West Pokot.
Huko
The
tutaenda kuishi.
West Pokot is another region that actually has been West Pokot. It's past Eldoret, past Kitale, Kapenguria. Now that's West Pokot region, and sometimes it's dry. By the way, dry.
Yeah.
So I think the government has decided that the county government there has just decided to boost farmers. Not the but it is Kenya Climate Smart Agricultural Project. Yes, that have decided that from now on we are
They
going
will
to
partner with the government.
Yes. And then
Pokot West.
to make sure that
West Pokot ni kwa Lunyangapuo.
yes, that is
Awesome.
called Nyangapuo.
I was trying to bring it in my mind.
Yeah.
Wapi nimesikia West Pokot sana.
Yeah, so kwa governor la Nyangapuo, 2,136 improved kienyeji. By the way, those chickens there, ukiziona tu ziko, yani ni safi, miguu yake ni safi. Yani hizo kuku ni kama hazichafukangi.
Kuku kienyeji.
Ni improved. Wachana kienyeji, hiyo ni improved. Yani ushaiona mtoto mwenye amezaliwa katikati ya mzungu na Mwafrika, huyo mtoto.
Hiyo grade, hiyo kienyeji.
Sasa ni hiyo grade hiyo. So unapata yani yani iko tu na rangi ya kupendeza. So it's a major boost to those people living there, because the climate condition does not really support farming, because inakuanga very dry, very dry. So getting a boost in terms of making sure that they get around 2,136 to some specified farmers, then it's a very, very major boost to make sure that everyone is getting something, just to make sure that we are going to be there come Vision 2030, because there's so much that we as people we should really be focusing, apart from just making sure that we sensitize on the government to make sure that they reduce the farm inputs, they regulate the prices of the food, and also to make sure that we are living in peace during this election period. It's also our duty to make sure that we are working hard. We are making, we are still producing food.
Yeah.
So if you are just going to make sure, if you are just going to make noise with a lot of hashtags, then it will not really be
I also like
efficient.
how the distribution is done, because if you're given 2 chicken or 1 chicken, they are given some, how do you call them? Antibiotics. Because if you're introducing this breed and you need to curb the diseases, the antibiotic is to prevent the spread of chicken or these what do we call them, poultry diseases, infection from the normal now ones and the hybrid of the breed that is being given to the community. And that's very good, because if the government now is taking the initiative of giving you a poultry or this chicken and giving you the antibiotic.
Then you don't have a reason to lose this chicken.
Not reason to lose. What reason do you have of not
making sure that
this chicken is safe or rearing this chicken?
So that has been the weekend interview, and it has been really a pleasure to be with you. To those who have tuned in, we are so glad that you tuned in at AFarmersMedia. Continue conversing with us in our other social media handles at AFarmersMedia. That is that is on Twitter. African Farmers Media _ that is in Twitter, and then in Instagram AFarmersMedia. So, and also you can get going with us through our number 07200 293031. We'll be done for now to the weekend review, so we'll be seeing each other during the week.
It was great.
It was really great. So
don't forget to watch the docu that is on Facebook and also on YouTube page on AFarmersMedia.
And also remember that for Marsabit, it's a campaign that has been going on and will continue going on. So if you're a farmer out there and you really have surplus food, we're just talking about food, surplus food. If you watch that documentary, you'll be able to really appreciate what you have. So if you are a farmer out there and you are willing to support us, or you are willing to support the project or the hashtag Food to Marsabit that has been AFarmersMedia has partnered with, so make sure you just reach out to us 0700 293031, the number passing down there, the one that you can engage us in our conversation, 0700 293031, or you can just inbox us and say, I'm a farmer and I have this surplus food, so can you come get it and take it to Marsabit? If you watch that docu, by the way, you will know the importance of each you'll know the importance. So we'll be done for now. I'm Dana Mdega. Let's meet on Shajara on Monday from 11 to 1 p.m.
James Mirara. Stay tuned.